They attacked Officer Tatum.
I can't believe it.
Or thought they could.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Listen, I'm gonna play this before we play the regular video, and this is what it would look like if Officer Tatum would have gotten a hold of them. He a big guy.
He is. He is not a small man.
So listen, if Officer Tatum would have got a hold of those little Antifa and supporters, it would have looked like this.
My God.
Hey, that's how it would look. He would have got a hold of him, man.
Oh my God.
That's how it looked. So y'all know, like he was doing a turning point at UC Davis right here in California, and some Antifa, meaning kids that probably go to the college that are just trying to, everybody had their era when you in college with fight the power, or not fight the power, or you just feel like you getting older and you need to be fighting the man kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's what these are. But look at this clip. We're gonna hear him talk about it. He's gonna show the clip and stuff like that too. So I wanted to hear it from from him himself.
Okay. After everything that went on, I wanted to give me something to eat. I just didn't want the riffraff. But today I'm here to describe what happened at UC Davis. First of all, I want to say how disappointed I am at the police department's response to these things that happened at UC Davis.
Wow.
And I love the police, and y'all know I love the police, and I support them. And I think as individual cops there, they were good people. But somehow they have directives that they are not to engage with these people whatsoever.
Wow.
I'm just going to lay it out for you, and then we're going to play the video. They literally, we had an event. They only had a few cops there. They literally watched this Antifa-style group with masks on, dressed in all black, chanting and screaming, come up to Turning Point's booth, tear everything up. They hitting people. They throwing stuff on people. They're trying to damage the cameras. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The cops and the administrators are watching this. And then I come to campus. I came after the first time it got crazy. And I'm talking to them and I'm saying, hey, my guys here are saying they got assaulted a minute ago. Are you guys going to protect us?
Wow.
Are you guys able to protect us? And we could not get a real answer. And protecting us to the police department meant they're just going to line up cops. And I asked them, in all truth and all honesty, so the cops can't get mad at me or nothing. I said, if they come back, are you guys going to use force? Because you standing here
it's
and
California bureaucracy
beat everybody up, which we know they ain't. Y'all know, man, I told you I'm not playing. Or y'all gonna use force, pepper spray, anything? He said, no, we're not gonna do any of that. We'll shut the event down and we'll escort you guys out. And I said, listen, sir, if they come to this booth, I'm going to protect these people that are at the booth. I'm not going to let them come in here and just beat people up. Are we on the same page? But I want y'all to watch the video because if you missed it, this is the craziness that was happening. Is this the collage one? The one with most of them, or this is the first one? The compilation. I said collage, compilation. So this is get a little, and I'll walk you through the context of what you're looking at because it's not very clear if you wasn't there. But what I'm looking at now, if it plays from here, this is the second time this group of nut jobs showed up on campus and they hit this lady in the head. Oof. The one that's right here. We got a video of them coming and hitting her in the back of the head.
Oh my gosh.
In front of the cops. And then you're gonna see me walk over to the cops and be like, bro, they just hit her in the head. And y'all not gonna do anything?
California, bro, I tell you.
And then I had to step up because the women were there and I didn't know if they were gonna come and try to beat the women up and do stuff to them. We'll see. He wrote a clip.
Watch out. Hey,
I'm telling
hey, Jackson, sold up.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
Get in there.
Wow.
Look at them.
Oh my gosh. What? Okay, see, this is crazy. So what good is the police if they're not going to do anything?
California has such a trash system. I don't care what you say. Please, Chad Bianco, take over and bring some of your policies and stuff like that when you replace Gavin Newsom, because this is such garbage, bro. How they standing there just walking forward? But if you would have gone to another state, let that been in Alabama. Mm-hmm. Let that been in Tuscaloosa. They came up there. Please.
Wow.
Everybody would have been Chip.
Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy.
This is the second time they came to campus. And they watched them walk up after they had already done what you finna see in a minute. And then they did all this, hit that lady in the head, and they don't pursue not one of these people.
Wow.
They don't go after the weakest one. They don't even give commands or nothing. They did absolutely nothing.
That's insane.
Roll the clip. They just walking.
Wow.
They let them take all of our property.
That's absolutely insane. Wow. That is crazy.
Hey!
Look at this.
This is what they did before I got there.
Yo.
I literally was on the phone with the Turning Point guy, and I said, "Hey man, where y'all at on campus? Because we can't drive up. I'm gonna just have to get out and walk." And he like, "Hey, the protesters, they're attacking us." And he hung up my face. I'm like, "That's weird."
Whoa.
I guess the protest's finna be good today. I didn't realize they did all this. Roll the clip.
Literally. Oh my
No, they
gosh.
Hey!
Nah, these ain't students. These full grown adults.
Exactly.
Look at it.
Yes.
Cops here! Get the
Nah,
cops.
these people come storming on campus.
That is absolutely
Look at this.
ridiculous.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Look, throwing stuff at people.
Oh my gosh. So if you had a pepper spray them or tased them, then would you have been in the wrong?
Like roaches, they were scattered.
Please.
California's so retarded. They would have probably I would have gotten in trouble. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I
the
said.
individual spraying.
Yeah, would he have gotten in trouble for defending his property and people that was with him?
Look at this. Look at this. Going and attacking people.
All right, hold on. Pause it. Because y'all finna see me in action again.
Wow.
First of all, just so y'all know, these were the weakest. I can smell the soy powder on these fools.
I saw how fat that gut
They
was on that
weak,
other man that came up, so I know he was soft.
Non-binaries. The weakest people
They're
on
not
there.
used to no
Honest to
confrontation.
God, true.
No.
If
And
they
it's
had
so.
decided to become physical, I could have knocked out 6 of them easy, one by one. But they weren't throwing punches at me, so I'm just pushing them out of the way. Get out of the way. Get away from us. Because they came in there and they destroyed property and they stole all our stuff. So here's another view of me
This is ridiculous.
where I'm talking to the cop. I said, they just punched the girl in the face. Are y'all going to do anything?
Wow.
And as you can see, the young lady started walking back towards the crowd, so I walked with her. Off camera, I tried to push them away from our stuff because they were going to steal it all. And 4 of them fell down like little cowards. And then the one non-binary, trinary, or whatever it is, with the bike was talking crazy and being threatening, and I just had to, let them know that soul will come out of you.
That's
It's around the wrong people. Roll the clip.
you straight out the car and you had to fight.
Wow.
See, and that's when I hit the whole crowd of them. And then that little one was talking crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yo,
you
you
see how much power behind that Officer Tatum? I didn't know you was what? I mean, good Lord. It was like an action figure compared to a little G.I. Joe figure. That was some power.
Listen.
My gosh.
Listen.
He's so right.
You ever seen them movies
Boop, boop.
when somebody get kicked and they soul leave their body?
Because that's exactly what happened there. Whoo! They got knocked out their chest right now.
Adam Sandler.
I'm like, well, good googly. Wow. Well,
Ooh, the force of the Lord hit that girl that day, or whatever that was.
Man, you better get your weight up, bro.
exactly. Please, they didn't stand a chance.
You better get that. I put that T-force on. Man, you better get your weight up. Then they started trying to talk. Look, they just point a finger at me. Man, get back.
Woo! Not a chance. I know they did.
Look, she holding the back of her head.
Boom! Well, every time that will be funny.
I mean, it will. It's like an instant knockout.
You heard somebody in the background talking about some, whoa!
TKO.
Look at him.
my
Look
God.
at him scurrying back.
Ridiculous.
I could have took half of them easy. They were
Wow.
all super
and it's a
weak
shame
and soft.
that the police
Now,
did nothing.
I'm not the condone. I'm not the person to condone violence, but I do condone defending yourself, and I do condone you defending other people. That police officer in me can't just die down when people are just assaulting people and stealing property.
Right.
Some people say I was the only officer on duty that day. Now let me say this. After all that, you know, at first we were going to pick up shop and leave because I couldn't guarantee that the video guys wouldn't get attacked again. Now, I know I'm good, but I didn't know if they would get attacked. So then they put a bunch of cops around us, and we were able to continue the event, and the cops are not going to do nothing anyway. They were just there. You know what I'm saying? And then the weenies were afraid of the cops, and then the other ones left the campus. But it was very, very disheartening to me that the next generation of people that got to work in America, which we all know they're going to end up creating universal income, and these nut jobs that have no education, that cannot have a disagreement with somebody without being violent and cussing and spitting and being crazy, they're going to be the ones getting universal income because they have no skill to do anything in the workforce. It was embarrassing and sad that most of the people that were surrounding us, I don't know how all the people on campus felt because they weren't there, but most of the people surrounding us couldn't even have a coherent conversation. I had one guy tell me that police officers kill 90,000 people a year.
Do you know how many? Boy, you talking about? Oh, for real, police officers are just killing people like multiple wars put together with people.
I cannot.
They killing people like almost like people unaliving babies. What, 90,000?
Yeah.
What? The police
Insane.
wouldn't be able to exist.
Yeah.
90,000.
Insane.
You know how insane that is?
It is.
90,000 a year. I said, bro, look it up on your phone. If they killed 90,000 people a year, I'd be upset. 90,000. I think he said 90,000 black people a year. And then they go off on this tangent because I was standing near the cops and they were like, the cops kill you. I said, how many cops kill black people unarmed? 50,000, 60,000.
They don't know.
I said 14. 14 is still a lot. I said, you know how many black people in America? 46 million. That's 0.000125%. Some crazy number. You get struck by lightning twice in a row before you get killed by a police officer doing nothing.
Right.
But I had to continue to let my voice heard. We finished the event. We pushed through it because we're not going to let these Antifa nut jobs get the best of us. UC Davis should be ashamed of themselves as a university that they cannot protect free speech on campus. They can't. They can't. It could have been because the big black man was there, the reason why they didn't want to go further. Once I pushed the crowd of them and I pushed the other one down and the soul almost came out, they probably thought twice about, oh, crap, we're not ready for a conflict.
Exactly.
They're not prepared. They don't have any plan in place that's going to protect anybody.
That's sad.
These people could come off campus with a gun. How do they know?
Now that would be messed up.
They could come off campus with other weapons, knives, and stab us. The cops weren't gonna do anything.
That's another reason
Exactly.
why. That's a whole nother reason in the state of California that I've kind of gotten so tired of it. It's because it's stuff like this, and they aren't instructed not to proceed, to watch. Then you're not needed. Why even come? Why even stand there?
Yeah.
All you're doing is scaring the people, but you're not going to do anything. And they're testing the water to see you ain't going to do nothing. And most of these people are these weirdo people you see out in the street all the time. The world is dying. Orange hair. 9 earrings going up one side of the nose.
We would have just been stabbed. Then they would have did something after they stabbed us up. That's why this was very, very ridiculous. What's the other clip we have? Oh, I had to get this guy on there. I saw him on Instagram, and I said this was really funny. His commentary.
I said Alabama.
Man, if you
Alabama.
think adults keying Teslas are crazy, watch this.
Watch out. Watch out. Hey, don't y'all, hey, Jackson, don't up.
Get back.
So this was a turning point event at UC Davis where Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum, was at, okay? There's 2 problems I have here with Antifa tearing up their canopy and
Love
throwing
me some
stuff
Alabama
at 'em.
people,
All right,
man.
number 1, how stupid are you? Do you have any idea how big that man is? Like, that is a man among boys, and that's who you want to pick a fight with? And number 2, where are the police?
Right.
They're just sitting there watching Brandon and the rest of the guys from Turning Point defend their territory while it's being destroyed.
Yeah.
Do your job. Like, is this what freedom of speech is in our country now? Of course it is.
He couldn't have said. Nobody could say it better, man. I think the cops should have did more. And I'm a pro-cop guy, and I'm not blaming the individual cops. I'm blaming whatever authority
Bureaucracy
is telling them that they can't get physically and engage or get physical and engage. But here's the caveat. I'm gonna explain this, and then we're gonna go on to the other stories. I understand why, but there's a way around the why. The reason that the cops don't want to get too jiggy with them, because what if 70, 80, 100, 200, 300 people come out and bombard and attack the cops? They can't just lay there and get beat to death, right? They're going to have to use force against them, and in many cases, it's going to be deadly force. And they don't want the optics of police officers shooting people on campus.
Right.
They don't want that optic. So they rather just disengage and let people beat each other up. Now, I would say the best tactic to use is that the first time they do this, you go and you get the state, you get the county, you get the municipality, and y'all all join forces on campus, and you set the tempo so that they know when they come on campus with their craziness, they're going to get worked. Pepper sprayed, flex baton, you name it.
All of them.
Yeah.
Work. And then they wouldn't do it again.
Exactly.
But the problem is they're so passive, it emboldens these people to do it with complete completely being absolved of any kind of criminal arrests. They're throwing things on people, criminal damage. I mean, assault. When you throw stuff on people, that's an assault. Criminal damage, threats and intimidation. I mean, you can go down a list of crimes that these people are committing. And if they're not students, they committed a crime on a university campus. In many cases, those are exaggerated or exacerbated charges. But in this world we live in, they just let them do it,
Especially in this state.
which is a shame.
Especially in this state.
Wow. It is. So my thing is, if they can't handle that, lo and behold, something
Major.
big happens.
Major. And a real attack.
Yeah.
A global thing. A war.
Yeah.
people infiltrating.
Or just an active shooter on campus.
Right. I don't know, man.
That's horrible.
So when you get so worn out of stuff, you just get tired of everything that state start to be doing, bro. I'll tell you, that's what I kind of where I am. and stuff.
Officer Tatum is not a small guy. I mean, it was just like action figure. What character is this? And it was just like, come on, but that's not cool. Because what's the whole point of having campus police if they're not going to protect people who are being attacked on the campus? That's
Listen,
the problem for me.
When he pushed them in her, mine, they were like, behind that mask, they were like, oh!
In slow motion. Woo!
Yo.
Right.
But I'm gonna say, man,
No,
shout
that's
out,
crazy.
shout. At least somebody stepped up and did something because
Wow.
I don't know if that would have been doable in Arizona or you go to Nevada. I don't know, but California is the one that's own thing. Imagine that was San Fran.
Right. Oh, but why didn't they just call the local police?
That's when the police come out like this. Y'all get back. Back.
Stop it.
Roger 13. It's some men's out here.
Stop it. I'm just saying, why didn't they call the local police? The local police doesn't have jurisdiction on college campus unless it's, I guess, an extreme.
Yeah, absolutely.
An extreme circumstance.
Right.
Well, that was an extreme circumstance.
It was, but I guess
them
it was
police
extreme. It
weren't
wasn't
doing
extreme
anything.
enough to where they had to, because of, I guess, like he said, if they had to really get involved and engage, it's going to be violence, real violence.
Right.
Not a bunch of soft men and women confused about gender and confused about life, don't know God, and just up there doing stuff.
Right.
Full grown adults.
Yeah.
That one with a big stomach probably in his 40s.
That's a shame that people have nothing else better to do but to come and destroy someone who wants to impart knowledge, information, share facts, and empower people, youth. I mean, young adults. He was on a college campus, college students, and other adults as well. And then you have this group here is nothing but destruction. And I bet you all of them were liberals. You couldn't tell
What?
me.
Of course.
Couldn't tell me. It was one-
Anti-Trumpers.
Exactly. So what does that show about people who are in, not all, but people who are in, that party? Where's the mindset?
Correct.
Where's the mindset?
All right, y'all.
I'm glad nobody was really, really, really hurt bad.
Nah, good. But y'all see that man in action. Hey, Officer Tatum, I've been watching him at the I've been watching him train at the gym, so he getting stronger, y'all. So that push came from his triceps. All right, y'all. We're
Shout
going to
out
rock this out,
Officer
man.
Tatum. Yeah. Love you guys.
We'll see you on the next one. Bye.